Hi guys, this is the second video I've done today. I want to be talking about, are we living in a nanny state? And when I mean about that, I mean about there's too many rules and regulations on what you can do, what you can't do. I mean, for example, now there's so many laws on let's say for example pest control. You can't just go anywhere with a gun and shoot a few birds or kill rats or something, you know, innocent like that, because if a member of the public sees it, they can class that as scaring the public, and you've got the armed response round. That's just one example of the whole world is like everyone's got a mobile phone. They're quick to get on the phone to the police or the authorities. There's cameras everywhere, so you feel very big brother now. There's bylaws in place for just about everything now. And so we're all stuck in this nanny state where we can't do anything. Whenever we go out, we can't build camps, we can't do anything. We're not allowed to, say we go for a walk, we can't have fires, we can't have camps, we can't do this. We have to stick, it's like we have to stick to the paths of life, you know what I mean? And you're not allowed to sort of divert, are you? You're not allowed to do this, you're not allowed to do that. There's too many rules and regulations in Britain now, isn't there? You know, and it's awful because if you want to do something that you know it's not going to harm anyone, they assume that you know you're up to no good, and you've got to literally sit at home in your garden or behind the TV and vegetate because the big companies have got freedom to do what they want. I mean, there's an example, right? The UK is very strict on gun laws, as it should be, we know that. But the minute anybody gets anything out that resembles a gun, they go bloody mad. And they're quite quick to come round and bang on your door or arrest you. But they're very quick to send thousands of troops over to Afghanistan or Iraq, you know, where they're going to most likely get killed and they're quite happy to shoot the people over in Iraq, you know. And it isn't even there. I mean, Iraq is a war I never understood about, this terrorism rubbish. I mean, you know, I'm not going to get into it because it's a sensitive subject, but I mean, it's a complete waste of taxpayers' money, isn't it? But there again, the government goes around with impunity doing what it wants, the MOD spends what it wants, the rest of us have got to watch our P's and Q's, not put one foot out of place and pay the taxes for it all. And what do we get out of it? I mean, there's an example of recycling. They've wanted us to recycle for years and years in a nanny state. You know, we need your plastic. You can't throw that in the bin. You can't put this in the bin. You can't do this. And yet, what happens? They get the plastic bottles, and all the plastic's just getting tossed in the sea. I mean, Britain's got a terrible reputation for recycling. I mean, in places like Sweden and that, they actually burn household rubbish to create fuel, which is much better. What do? We stick it in landfills, which are then put on the council tax bill. I mean, I've got the council. I've got a last place I went to. I wasn't even living there. I've literally it was empty for a couple of months, and I've got the council on me back, demanding that I pay 2 months council tax, even though I was registered here and not registered back there, you know. And I'm like, I'm not going to pay it until next month. So Sodom, let them wait. I mean, council tax is such an unfair tax. Again, but there you go, nanny state. You know that they want you to pay up, but we're not allowed to do anything. They don't give you any real services. Well, what do you get for council tax? Again, that's another subject. I'm not going to get into it, but we're sticking to the nanny state here of that you have to watch your P's and Q's. You're not allowed to do this, not allowed to do that. It's getting to the point now where it's almost like we're just at home vegetating. You know, we can't afford to go anywhere because the petrol's so expensive. That's taxed to death, Britain, in living in a nanny state. So anyway, that was just a quick one. Leave your comments, views in the comments box, and we shall see you later. Thanks for now. And P.S. It doesn't do your anxiety any good, does it? Doesn't do mine any good.